Hi everyone, welcome back again to another episode of The Insight, where we explore and interconnect knowledge, cultures, language, policy, and society. I am your host, Fatima. I am Sophia. And I am Sheena. And I am Kate. And today we'll be talking about a place, a country that's not often in the spotlight but has a rich culture and background, the Myanmar, and you might know it as Burma. Now let's dive into their educational system, their language policies, and what all says their identity and culture. Have you been to Myanmar?
No,
Last week.
maybe if I have in my dreams.
Yeah, I am also dreaming and going to Myanmar actually. Because as far as I know, it's a rich country. It's just that it wasn't recognized. Yeah, right? Exactly. But I just hope to, and this episode, I just hope that we try to get to know more about Myanmar. The people there, I think they are very welcoming as well. Like my Filipino Western, yes, yeah, in the educational system. They're educated from them, the government. So I just hope that in this episode, we learn something about Myanmar, the rich culture, backgrounds, and as well as the viewers. Okay? So first things first, Myanmar is in Southeast Asia, bordered like countries like Thailand, China, India. So it is a British colony and gained independence in 1948. Also, it's a close country. It's a close country to China.
Yeah, but even after that, like, struggle sila sa ilang political bitaw. Like, under sila sa military roles.
So they're military too. So there is a lot of um
Protest,
protests,
yeah, civil
against one
unrest,
people to another.
yeah.
Oh, and how about
And their educational system, their structured education system is like, their primary is like 5 years, and for the lower secondary is 4 years, and for the upper secondary is 2 years.
oh
And after that, students can go to university.
oh, but I think how about in our structure compared to our structure in the Philippines, we have a four primary and then four since we're four primary and that we have into elementary, we have 4 years and secondary and we have 4 years as well in um uh college or tertiary nga degree, yeah, college. And as I think I heard that the some people because of the misfortune or there are some people who are less privileged wouldn't able to continue the schooling. Yeah, because I think it's that hard. Yeah, especially in the rural area. In the rural area, yeah, because of their transportation, transport distance to school, the financial, and also the
Maybe
resource.
their education kulang sa support sa government.
Government, yes, because government has a contribution, big contribution gives progress to countries, to students, and then there are lack of materials, yeah, the right classrooms, yes, and teacher training also. Teacher training
Because walay ka na murag opportunity nga maayon gid ang lahi ra sila sa ma-develop ang imong ma-develop. Lahi ra sila diri, so
they it's very difficult when a country wasn't really supported by the way, especially in education. Yeah. Because education for us, especially we value education so much. We know its value. We know its purpose. How education could get us far, diba? So I think it only they were being supported. They were being given the enough resources. I think they could have a country that is fair, just is there, and then everything would be like they have the school or the resources that they deserve, right? And and how about the cool other language policy?
ah in Myanmar they use Burmese as their official language. Like where they have no one school. Uh but in school,
I think I think that the school, yes, the school, the real language, the official language, or most people use Burmese. And then, if for example you are a Karen or you're a Chin, you're required to know or to practice the language Burmese. So it leads to forgetting your own language because you have to fit in, or you have to learn the Burmese because that's what most people use.
Yes, and it is required in the school.
Yeah, yeah, and then
You must adapt.
and then I say it's not also not just here in the Philippines. Yeah, the problem of using single language. Actually, out the country. It's also had there in Myanmar, and but they had reforms, actually, reforms in education setting, especially language, because they have changes where they now allow using language, or kanang applying language, allowing language, ethnic language in classroom setting. But because of the teachers who lacks the knowledge of other language use, so there is also a kind of problem, a big problem there.
And fun fact, Myanmar has 100 ethnic language.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very great number.
Dapat gid siya dili nato murag neglect ang mga ethnic languages. Like, na, din ako diri sa Pinas.
Yeah, and then the problem is ang government no good kay they are, since they are liwi with military law, they because of that, there are a lot of classrooms na being closed. Oh yeah, so that's a sad thing for those people who dream of having education, hunger to learn. Yeah, and then teachers protest.
Yeah, even ang mga
Teachers will protest. Students mo fight sila to have what they deserve also, the education, because they know the value of education. Yeah, right. Yeah, and some people there um stop schooling, and then weren't able to I stuck in the where they were stuck in the kind of position where everything is limited. Muraga na bitaw na limited ang uban, ang teachers lang ang masking teachers limited, ang access limited, so it's kind of big problem, Jude.
because supported by the government. Yeah, they will not support. And do you know that teachers in Myanmar there is very respected by the students? No, that's a good to say. Yeah, kay uhaw biya sila sa kuan, education, and sila makalaro yun. Yeah, so that's why kanang they value ko, they value education and their teachers. They respect this.
Yes, di ba? Despite
Like, sila ganang po lang sila sa support sa government. Naging gamit kid sila.
yeah, despite the cruelty of the world, they still kinda show kinda kindness to people who deserve kindness as well. So I think it's also an action or a call to those who are in higher position to at least see the problem. We don't stick with the problem. Oh yeah, hear the voices of the people, the cries of the people na wala naman, simple naman siya lang ipangayo, di ba? The education, and then the system of education, payer system, the system, educational system, yun, dapat yun siya na changes. Masking good ang Philippines, we are now if we're learning the policy, yeah, the language policy nga, allowing to use their own language, yeah, to communicate using their own language, di sila ilimit ba?
Yan dili malimtan ang ilang own lang dili malimtan, and then
I think it's a matter of how people see the situation, and then call for change. But I think they have called for change. It's just that those people in higher position, what I actually and then let's something. Though we are in the Philippines, we are not that perfect country. Di ba? Sa politics na to, there are also problems.
daghan kayong very karon.
Very chaos that are not perfect. You are not. Yes, we have public schools, which is a kanang support for the government, but in terms of yes, there are lack of resources skill, pero at least naata. It's just that naapagid ko mga problems sa politics. Yan naman.
Very more selected areas na
Yeah, coordination of transportation, resources, usually sa mga bukid-bukid. We are not,
or sa mga islands.
ganyas mga island albas.
Muna ilisod.
We are not a perfect country, but we could still feel the agony of the people in Myanmar because we felt what they felt. It's just that we are privileged compared to them. 'Di ba? Kay
Dahil ba natong government nga system, then na military to kay
it's just that
Democrat.
yeah, it's just so sad that they have to like to beg for what they deserve in the first place. Because education is very simple unta. They should not be limited in the knowledge they gain. Nga na ba? And then they were they were stopped, they were being limit, and that's a huge problem. I just hope, we just hope, yes, that we just hope that someday they would have a fair, equal equal rights or language or like an education for everyone. Because as we can notice in our research, only those who are privileged or in rich people bitaw, yes, can go to university, can go to university. Kay, I think, katong mga tao nga, ni-stop og school, ani undang, basin ka ko, mga dilaw siya. I think it's not by choice, but it's not by, it is by choice, but it means of no choice, having no choice at all. What tag, yes, choice nila ka undang, pero tungod kay wala sila choice, mo padayod. Tungod kay wala sila wala, so and then the country is not that kuan man po in terms of the issue mo is I mean, and then it's not alone on a known country, but I think it's a very colorful country. Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the like what you search the food there?
Yes, that would like what do you call that? Laito? Laito?
No,
We don't know how to do now.
but it's a fish soup.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's just
Noodle.
yeah, noodle soup, and then the pimples there. Yeah, I think as what I saw, every during festivals, it's a very light light country. It's a very light
Waterfalls, what splash like something like water and
yeah.
their festival.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
They have that. That's a great one. And then yeah, the temples. Myanmar indeed it's a very beautiful country, right?
Yeah.
So I hope that someday we'll be given a chance to come there. Yan ay lagi dito.
Dili lang yun dago.
Yes, yes. So I think that's our quick trip to Myanmar. We're talking about the challenges, hopes, and everything in between.
So we hope you learned something new just like we did while researching this. And maybe it made you reflect on your own education and language too. Thanks for listening. So this has been the Insights. Catch you next time. Bye guys!